Yulan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I quickly want to talk to you about our favorite Monday evening event, and that's of course the rules of acquisition. Well, if it's the people's favorite, I'm not so sure, but it's coming every Monday. It's bringing some nice stuff, and I thought let's just have a look at it because it's still running when I'm filming this. It's not Monday evening, but still. There are the rules of acquisition, and when you have a devour, or even better, a devour feature, you can easily do that. There is an alliance leaderboard, there's a solo milestone, and there's a solo leaderboard. And let's have a quick look at the solo milestone. If you are on a lower level, you will probably be a bit shocked by the numbers of points I have to get. But the points you have to gather for this are depending on your level. That's what I saw, at least, going through this little game. You can get 4 steps in this milestone event, and with every step you get some rewards, also depending on your level. I get 3-star and 4-star, and I get Pastille and Tritanium. If you're on a lower level, you will probably only get 3-star ore here. And that goes up while we go through the ladder. To be honest, the amounts you get here are, for what I need on my level, quite ridiculous. But it's free ore, so I'm gonna take it. To get the points for this, you either have to mine material. It starts at G2 materials, so gas, ore, and crystal, and goes up to G5 materials, and you see that you get more points the higher level it is. That takes a while, although it's even worse when you mine resources with which you can get points as well, dilithium, tritanium, or pastille. You will only do this in the very early stages of the game. Then you can get raw latinum, but there you have to be careful not to go OPC, because you see that for every raw latinum mined you get 5 points, but for every raw latinum stolen you also will get points as well. And so if someone steals your latinum, he gets points for this. That's why a lot of people are looking for OPC devours out there during the Monday event. And the same goes for concentrated latinum, only that the numbers are much higher, with 50 points for mined concentrated latinum and 50 points for stolen concentrated latinum. I have a devour feature, and so of course I do it with concentrated latinum. And there's one point, if you've seen my video on the Ferengi whip, I bought that to show you what it brings to the game, and it is an invention I'm quite critical about, because that is something that when you pay $60, you get such a big advantage over other players that I think it's a little unfair, because it makes too much of a difference. And it's already for people who can spend tons of money here that they have big advantages, but for spending $60 and getting such an advantage, of course they want to lure many people in to buy that, but it makes such a big difference that it really is unfair for people who decided to do the free-to-play part. I know they need others to pay money for it, but if they want to spend nothing, but this is such a big difference. I don't agree with it. I'm sorry. I've got that thing, and that means that within a few minutes I can complete this event because of the whip, and I go into deep space to mine, so there's no danger of being destroyed, because we on our server have a gentleman's agreement about OPC hunting in deep space. Not everyone is part of it, but where I park, only the ones who are part of the gentleman's agreement can reach me there. So that is quite comfy for me there. And I only got this whip to make a video for you. But otherwise, honestly, I wouldn't have bought it, because only for the Mondays, nah. But nevertheless, I have it and I can do it within a few minutes. There is, of course, a big advantage in the refinery that I talked about with the whip. That is something I agree with, I must say, and that is something I'm using as well because I have it. But the mining part is a bit exaggerated, as I said. You also get quark shards here as rewards, and that's quite nice. You see I can upgrade quark, but he also needs independent credits, and I don't know where to get so many independent credits that I need. But we also have a solo leaderboard. I'm not ranking that well there at the moment because only the first 10 get rewards, and I could need the rewards, but even the rewards for fourth place. And let's have a look at first place. Yeah, that first place is kind of nice, but there are people that are spending so much money that they probably have several features out there with a whip, and then they obviously have more time than me to do that, that I don't even care about this one, because in my level list, there are people ranking so much higher, and I got 260 million points and I'm ranking 31st. But if you are up for it, then you're welcome to try. Here's the steal loose part again, and in this case for the solo leaderboard, it's not happening on the solo milestone, but it's happening on the solo leaderboard. You even lose points when someone steals Latinum from you. And so you have to watch out even more carefully. Not only that you give something to some lazy people who just hunt you down, but you also lose points in the solo leaderboard if they get you. And there's also an alliance leaderboard where the whole mining purpose for your alliance is counted together for the resources, materials, and Latinum. And here, fortunately, the losing point part is left out. And here the rewards are different. Here you get alliance credits, and those are the ones with which you, for example, can buy directive once a week in your alliance store, or you can buy peace shields with. You might remember one of my very early videos, Shield or Share, and if you haven't seen that, you will probably have heard that phrase before. And so that's important. The ore and the crystal are not that much that I'm interested, but getting alliance credits is always nice. And here we rank 4th at the moment. I'm working quite a lot or spending time at the doctor's after the accident, so I'm not such a big part of the 7 billion points we have at the moment. But for that's a good thing that you are not alone in your alliance. I'm doing some contribution this time again, as you have seen, but not as much as I usually could. But I have to make videos as well when I'm not spending time for some treatment at the moment. Nevertheless, it is a nice event. You get a little stuff, but I'm not concentrating too much on it because the rewards are not something I would break out in big celebrations for it at my part. But if you are on a lower level and there the few parts of ore, whatever you can get, can make a difference. And so if you have the chance to complete the rules of acquisition, at least with your solo milestone, that is something you should do. And doing something for yourself in the leaderboard and the alliance, if you can, it's a good thing too. If you're one of those, and we have those in my alliance, that listen very carefully to what I said in my video about upgrading the ops not too fast, we still have some that are on a comparably lower level for the age of the server, and they are doing quite well in leaderboards because the most people have gone to the next leaderboard levels, because they're in the most leaderboards there are people of a certain level put together, and when they in other events join in with the help of the alliance, they are doing quite well, especially in Armada events and stuff like that. So it sometimes can be very advantages not to upgrade your ops too early. And if you don't have the time to play tons of hours every week, then this is quite a good thought for you to always stay a little bit lower. You are still part of your alliance. You can contribute in the way you can on your level, and have fun with the other guys from the alliance. We are having a lot of fun in our chats and everything. So, but then you can even rule your leaderboards. Please let me know what you think about the rules of acquisition event. Don't get me started on the original Ferengi rules of acquisition. I mean, dealing with the Ferengi, my ears are far too small in Ferengi terms. In human terms, not so much, but in Ferengi terms, so they wouldn't think that I'm a very good one in bargaining and everything if I would go to Ferengi now. But nevertheless, the rules of acquisition are quite interesting when you know them from the TV series, especially in Deep Space Nine with Quarks, where the Ferengi played a very big role. But it's a fun thing. But and it's nice that they brought in the Ferengi and Latinum into that game. But as I said, please let me know what you think about the event, or if you have questions or video requests, please write a comment. And also, if you just want to say hi and where you're from, you know that I'm curious to know where all my viewers come from. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.